baby. I'm Cusco.
And I'm Coraline, and this is The Housewife Did It.
Costume edition.
Yeah. So, obviously on audio, we're just silly.
Mm-hmm.
Even on video, we're just silly, but it makes more sense. So,
Yes.
what a good week to go over to our YouTube.
Yeah.
We'll try our darndest to get the videos out soon so that you're not waiting, but you should go check us out.
Yeah.
Our costumes. Woo!
Like and subscribe to us, please.
Yeah. Please. Follow our socials if you haven't yet, because we post teasers and things there. So, yeah. Socials at Housewife Did It Pod, Housewife Singular, and then I guess we'll just get into it.
Yeah.
Alright, so I don't have much in the way of little things. It's mostly just going to be recaps. But one updated thing is that Taylor Swift released a series of songs that she called The Cruelest Summer, which included the live Eras Tour version of Cruel Summer as well as a remix. So, that's fun.
Yeah.
In the fall.
Mm-hmm.
Have you seen anything else, tidbits, that you have?
I don't think so. I'm like kind of behind on all of the shows. Like this is like our first week back from fall break, so we had like stuff to do after school a lot of days, and I just haven't like caught up on a lot of things.
Yeah.
But I don't think I've heard anything in the rumor mill.
The only other thing I saw today that is like super intangible but worth maybe people taking a visit is that I watched a couple clips on Tom Sandoval's Instagram of his new podcast where he's like interviewing people, and there was one with Nikki Glaser that like I just could not believe how poorly he like interacted with a guest. Like I maybe it almost read like he didn't realize that in a podcast like other people would have to speak. Like he looked bored.
Yeah.
Like she was talking about her vagina, because Nikki Glaser does that, and she was talking, she started like describing her vagina as like another thing that begins to droop when you get older. And like the look of uncomfortable on his face, and like, okay, like you're talking about your vagina. It was like, it was obviously cringy, but I was like, oh God, he was not made to do an interview format.
No.
He should have done like a solo pod where he just like gets to talk, because that's what Tom does well.
That's what he wants.
Right.
Is for us to just listen to him.
Yeah, or do it with just Schwartz, who's going to let you talk over him, but like, it's like he has producers saying like, you have to let those people talk, but he is hating that. Like, he's like, fuck, I have to sit here, but it's awful.
I have to let people talk. Ridiculous.
I now remember what the other housekeeping was. I got my wisdom teeth out this week, so my range of motion on my mouth is a little low. So if I sound and or look funny, it's because I'm trying not to open my mouth very wide.
Yeah. I also, I think I have a kidney stone again. So we're just like struggling over here.
Yeah.
So we might sound a little downtrodden today.
But it's going to be great. Mary's, after this episode, y'all will get to listen Friday to Mary finishing out our Halloween series. So it'll be great. But, all right. Have you watched the RHONY finale?
Yeah, I did. Yes.
Okay. I'm so freaking excited for this reunion. And by the time this episode has come out on audio, part 1 of the reunion will have already aired. But at the time that we're recording, it has not. So bear with us.
Mm-hmm.
But in the finale, we get some more of the same Jessel drama,
Mm-hmm.
which, like, is kind of just getting old. I absolutely agree that they've been mean girls to Jessel, and that, like, good for her, I guess, for, like, not letting it die, and, like, nothing, honestly, nothing she does will be good enough for them. Like, she could say, like, yeah, Pavitt cheats on me in Vietnam, and they would still be like, wah. But I'm just, like, kind of over it, which it seems like she is, too. And, like, I didn't really, like, I understood Brynn wanting to be a good friend and saying, like, you need to stand up for yourself, but I didn't really get what Brynn wanted her to do besides what she had done. Like, Brynn was like, no, like, don't take it from them, like, you need to stand up for yourself. And it's like, yeah, but, like, Jessel was like, I'm not gonna get in, like, a screaming match.
Yeah.
So I don't really know what else she could have done. Obviously, it, like, ended pretty nice. In the finale, Erin put on her parrot costume. Jessel thought it was funny, and it ended with laughter. So, then, as we suspected, Uba should not have trusted Sai with her secret.
Right.
So Sai kind of tells Erin what she knows in a scene on camera, in which you can tell that Sai is very aware that she's on camera. And so she doesn't give any details of their relationship. She just says, like, don't worry about Uba, like, she's happy.
Yeah, and she kind of makes it sound like she, like, it accidentally came out.
Yeah.
Which is, like, bullshit.
Yeah, I mean, she's like, I get that moment of, like, you say something and you have, like, instant regret.
Yeah.
But, like, there's a camera in your face. So, like,
this was not that moment.
It, like, to act like that's just, like, it's your first season. To act like it's just, like, it accidentally slipped out, like, naturally. You're sober in the middle of the day with a camera, like, 2 feet from you. You're aware.
Right.
Like, plus, you could say it, like, so many different ways. Like, I think Uba's happy being single. Or I think Uba's happy with wherever she is right now. Or I think Uba might be, like, dating around and I think she's happy. Like, you could keep it... Sai kept it, like... general, but, like, super cryptic. Like, she's like, don't worry about her. But then, off camera, Sai, Erin, and Brynn apparently went out later that day, and Sai told them all of the details that she knows about Uba's relationship and this guy. This doesn't become a big deal until a drunk Brynn at her birthday party shouts to Uba that she heard she has a man in Connecticut. Uba was pretty unhappy with this, but so was Sai. Yeah. So then that screaming match that we talked about where Sai is yelling, I didn't say it on camera, and we guessed that this is what it was. While Sai is correct that she did not give any identifying information on camera, she should have known that Uba did not want her to tell anyone that could share it on camera, or maybe just anyone at all. Like, she literally said, like, let's keep this between us. She didn't say, like, don't say this on camera. In which case, sure, it would be Brynn's fault. But that's not the deal that was made. So Sai feels really bad about this, and she says that she feels like a bad friend, which, as she should.
Yeah. That was on her.
Yeah.
I was, like, actually, like, pissed off watching it, and they were like, Brynn?
Yeah.
And I'm like, Brynn? We're not coming for Brynn.
Well, I get...
Brynn is not the one who was trusted with a secret.
Yeah.
And then told it to everyone.
Yeah. And, like, you know that moment, like...
Yeah.
When...
Like, I get why Sai was mad.
Right. Like, Sai and Erin...
put that on herself.
Yeah, I get, like, you know that moment where you're like, fuck, dude. Like, I trusted you with something. Yeah. And, like, you just outed me. But I was like... Uba can't be mad at Brynn, right? Like, and then she was like, kind of like, I'm not even mad at Sai. And I'm like, what?
Yeah, what's happening here?
I don't understand.
Yeah, I don't get it.
So, that's all on that. I'm excited to see the reunion and talk at length about Jessel's sex life and Sai's eating habits. So...
Like, this is the first thing I saw for the, like, preview of it, and they were like, "Did you eat before you came today, Sai?" And I was like, "Stop,
Yeah.
let it go."
Yeah. On to the Love is Blind reunion. Listen, dude, I cannot believe that Uche took us on this wild ride on Instagram where he told us more to come on that and tried to like expose a bunch of people and the show just for him to not come to the reunion.
Right.
Now, he later posted on Instagram that he missed the reunion due to needing to be out of town for a business trip because he is an entrepreneur and his time is, quote, finite. Also, while the reunion was airing, he soft launched a new lady friend. So, not that finite, your time.
Yeah.
And also, like, just the disrespect of, like, everyone's time is finite, dude. Like,
Right.
literally everyone. So,
Yeah.
that's how time works.
Don't be silly.
Aaliyah has been doing some hinting on Instagram to being involved in a documentary. It looks like very independent-y, this documentary. And it looks like it's only going to focus on Aaliyah's perspective. So it's not like it's going to be like a documentary of the whole season or like this major expose. Like, it kind of looks like a friend of hers is the filmmaker doing it. Not that it's not like valid, but I don't think we're going to get any tea from anyone other than Aaliyah. Aaliyah did talk about her frustrations with Lydia in the reunion, and she really did not let up on her, which I kind of appreciated. Just, if nothing else, to like explain to Lydia like what boundaries are, and like Aaliyah kept saying to her like, I made it pretty clear that, like, I was uncomfortable. Like, I said multiple times, like, I don't want to hear anything else. And, like, you kept going. So, at the reunion, though, Milton provided some insight that basically Uche acted the same way as Lydia. He said that he, like, told Milton more information about Lydia than he wanted to know. He showed, like, an inappropriate level of interest in their relationship. And I don't really know what the point of that was, because like it doesn't change. Like, I thought Milton was gonna like come to her defense, but like
he said like, I have to defend my wife.
Yeah, and it's like that doesn't
really.
Yeah, it doesn't change what she did. And Aaliyah basically turned it back on him in like a nice way, but she said like, and I'm sorry that someone didn't listen to your boundaries and that someone did that to you. Like, she's basically saying, like, Milton, if you're complaining about it, like, then you should understand why I'm complaining about it.
Right.
So, that was strange. I mean, people are still arguing that there's, like, no way they're in a real relationship. That, like, it's, like, all fake. I don't really know.
I did see that they're also not living together.
Yeah.
Like what Colleen and Matt did.
Oh, okay.
But I think that like Colleen and Matt do live together now.
Yeah.
And like they said like we're staying married because like that's what we did.
Yeah.
And we're together, but like we're trying to date because we just met.
Yeah.
I think it's like fair if they don't want to live together yet, but
but it doesn't seem like something they're being open about.
Right. And it doesn't help that people think that they're not really into each other.
Yeah. Milton, Lydia, and Aaliyah all reported receiving kind of strange texts from Uche. Milton, on their wedding day, basically saying, like, what did he say? That it was just, like, how'd it go?
He said he texted her and he was like, how'd it go?
Do you want to meet and hang out or something?
Yeah, do you want to talk about it sometime?
Oh, yeah. And then Lydia and Aaliyah got texts once the show started airing. Lydia and Aaliyah discovered in that moment that they received the exact same text. So that sucks.
Yeah, I'm like still not a huge fan of Lydia, but Uche is like literally the worst.
Mm-hmm.
and like I had said, like he's an asshole, but like the fact that he was like kind of like Lydia's like a stalker, but
Mm-hmm.
like he's also not letting it go.
Mm-hmm.
Even like now, like it that like we said, like they've been married for like a year now,
Yeah.
and he's still texting her when the show airs. Like, ugh. But I am excited to see this like documentary and get like more of Aaliyah's perspective because I really do like listening to her take on everything.
Yeah, plus since they did date a little bit like after,
Mhm. Yeah.
and she said like I got barbecue uche when we were dating, like it would be nice to hear a little about like what that was like dating
Yeah.
him. So,
Right.
okay.
Is it?
Izzy and Stacy told us some lots of stories about bumping into each other.
Yeah. Apparently Houston is a small town.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So they accidentally ended up in a cooking class with their respective dates and in a group of 4 having to cook together. Stacy, it seems at the reunion, although she says no comment, it seems that she is still seeing this person, which makes me think how much older than her is he? Or how much money does he have? It's giving Lala and Randall. She's like,
Or how recently is he separated from his
yeah,
wife?
yeah. Izzy said that he was still seeing his date as well, nothing official. And he did say, like, we'll be going on she's picking me up after this and we're going on a trip. And since the reunion has aired, he has hard launched their relationship to an extreme because they got matching tattoos that say, yes, chef.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's kind of funny though.
The hardest launch.
Yeah. I was convinced for a second that Renee was his new girl because she posted a TikTok of them where they were like, not like cuddling, but like they were like sitting together at like a restaurant and they were really close.
Yeah.
And they're like cozy. And the caption said, when you called him a POS in the pods. And so I was like, oh, like she's saying, like, can't believe, like, look, who would have thought? Look at
Yeah.
us. But I guess they're just friends now, which I guess is still considered a big step from calling someone a piece of shit.
Yeah.
Um, but his new girl does look kind of like Stacey and Renee. He got a type.
Yeah. It's true. Uh, in a plot twist, Chris cheated on Johnny. I felt really bad for her. Obviously, her self-esteem is like incredibly low.
Mm-hmm.
She talked about how she felt like it was her fault and things, but I think like even evident in the way that she explained what happened, she
Mm-hmm.
says Chris went out of town and didn't talk to me, and when he got back, he was with someone else. And it took Nick and Vanessa saying like, but he didn't break up with you, and
Right.
then saying like, so you cheated on her, for them to like come to that, which is like
Right.
weird because it's like,
Yeah.
I don't know, I would just never describe like being cheated on as like he went out of town and when he came back he had a new girlfriend. Like,
Right.
and they're like,
Right.
they were like in love, so
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Yeah, there's like a clip from like right before she explains what happened with them where Stacy is talking and of course like Johnny's not listening. I'm pretty sure Stacy's talking about Johnny
Yeah, she is.
actually in this clip. And so Johnny like turns to Chris and she says like I don't see any other way to explain our breakup without telling the truth. And he's like, yeah, tell the truth. Like I'll be fine.
Yeah.
That is what happened.
Yeah.
And like that it's my fault that I did that, so like you're free to say that. um and they kind of like ask him like if it was worth it
Yeah.
in a way, and he's like kind of because I
I'm
have
still
like
with her.
I love my girlfriend. um and then Johnny hard launched her new boyfriend on social media after the reunion aired, and he also was like met her there afterwards because she's still wearing her prom dress
Yeah.
in one of their pictures
That
together.
dress was rough.
It was bad.
It was pretty bad.
But so it is like really sad, but like one, I think that he like did a good job of taking ownership of it.
Yeah.
I guess, and not like trying to like downplay it. But also think like ultimately it did work out the best it could for both of them because they both have relationships, and like when she hard launched her boyfriend, she hard launched him because it was their 1 year anniversary.
Yeah.
So like they both have like long standing relationships now too.
Yeah. Everything worked out for most of them. On Out of the Pods, the podcast, Natalie opened up about her season of Love is Blind and some complaints that she had made to production that went unanswered. She was vague, but basically one complaint about illicit drug use and then one about what sounds to be abusive behavior. It sounded like between two partners. So, you know, they're not done being under fire. Just because they showed us a spread of food, they're still gonna get sued. Hi, Ryan.
Yeah. Do you know if she was like talking about Shane or like a different relationship that she witnessed?
I think so. She was saying like me and other people, namely women, had brought concerns about one person's behavior toward their partner. So like my assumption is that it was not Shane, that it was something they were witnessing, that it was like maybe someone was yelling at their partner, or like maybe they heard something. They are all like in the same.
Yeah, like we don't know what level of inappropriate.
Yeah, and like could it be like sexual in nature but like vague, where it's just like pressure, like sexual pressure placed on someone because they're your fiance? Could it be verbal abuse? Like the way she kept it really vague, but no, I don't think it was like about herself. The vibe I was getting. So on to Bachelor things.
Did you start watching Golden Bachelor?
I caught some of it when I have a complaint which I can just make now, but I'm so fucking sick of live TV and like nothing coming on at the time that it's supposed to come on. Like Big Brother on Sundays won't come on tonight probably till like fucking 9 because of Yellowstone. And but it will actually be like 9:10 because of 60 Minutes or football or whatever. And then Bachelor in Paradise doesn't start till 8:20, but it's fucking 2 hours. So then I'm up till 10:20. So anyway, while I was waiting for shows to come on, I did catch some of the Golden Bachelor.
Gary up in those bedrooms once again.
Yeah, but they're making it necessary for him. These ladies. They've never seen so many people in the bedrooms.
Yeah, they're like, oh, I heard that Gary will just come find you, so I'm going to stay here.
Yeah, why would I leave my bed?
Wait in bed.
So, Kathy and Teresa's feud continues. Just so entertaining. And, like, I understand I haven't watched leading up to this, so, like, according to the internet, maybe I had the wrong idea of who the villain is here. I don't really get how I could, but so Teresa says, I want to solve things with Kathy. I want to be friends again. So she pulls her, and Kathy right off the bat is like, you don't need to share shit with me. You don't need to tell me certain things. It hurts me. And it's like a fair boundary to set. It seemed to me,
so fucking rude.
It seemed to me that Teresa was like, I am sorry that I didn't realize that would be too much information for you. I've got it moving forward. But then when I was reading on the internet, they were like, Teresa just continues to make excuses and ignore Kathy's boundaries. And I'm like, all she said was like, I didn't realize that would be hard for you, but I got it, like moving forward. But Kathy is not letting up, dude. Yeah. She's like, oh, hell no. If Teresa breathes, she's like, you're not getting it. You're not getting it.
She's like, how would you feel if I was like, I went on a date and he said he's sending you home? And she was like, I think I would be like, oh, okay. And she was like, then you're wrong.
Yeah.
You are simply incorrect.
And she also, like,
And
did it
she
in
was
such
like,
a weird way. She just goes, well, I went on a date with Gary and he's sending you home. How does that make you feel? And it's like, telling me
yeah,
he's sending me home is not the same as me saying, like, hey, he made me feel better. And like Teresa said, I just thought me and Kathy were like friends in the house. Like, I thought we were close in the house. Yeah. And so it isn't strange in the Bachelor house to share certain things with certain people and not with others. And if you think that established friendship is there, like, I don't know. Whatever. But then Kathy tells Teresa, she says, may I offer you some friendly advice? And I literally said out loud, this is not going to be friendly. Mm-mm. And she said, zip it. Now, when Teresa tells this to Gary, she says that Kathy told her to snip it. But luckily, Gary seemed to be able to deduce what was actually said.
I didn't realize she had said snip it.
Yeah.
Which, like, I don't really know, like, what the difference would be. But when he brings it up to Kathy, he's like, now I heard
that you told someone to zip it.
Told someone to zip it. And she was like, let me explain to you what zip it means to me.
I know. I was like, no, I think he's got it. Like, thank you, though.
This is not like a Christmas pageant. Like, what Christmas means to me is, like, there's one definition of zip it.
Well, now, snip it could mean get a vasectomy. It could mean lots of things. Zip it really only means one thing. Cutie April fake hurts her ankle during pickleball to get Gary's attention. And it seems like people aren't even mad.
It was so funny.
Yeah.
It was like, I think I broke my ankle. And they were like, I've broken an ankle before. Like, that's so rough. And then she was like, my ankle is fine.
Yeah. When I saw the clip of her falling, I was like, am I missing something? She didn't even trip over nothing. And then later I was like, oh, okay, never mind.
Like, oh, no. It's my ankle.
So Gary finds out that Sandra is missing her daughter's wedding to be there. And at first, honestly, I thought he was about to be mad. Like, I thought he was about to be like, that is shitty. Like, as a mom, like, I don't want to be with you if you think it's more important to be here. But he was just like, you, like, didn't have to do all that, like, sacrifice that. And she was like, no, like, whatever. Worked it out with my daughter. So then Gary FaceTimes her daughter with her. Sadly, though, the wedding's done. Like, her daughter's like, we did it. Like, I was thinking she was going to get to, like, see her in her dress. Yeah. No. But then he gives Sandra the group date rose. Even though clearly he's not that into her, but he felt bad.
You can't not. Like, I like that about him, though, that, like, he's like, this is not the right time.
Yeah.
Like, you can see who he's got connections with, but he's also, like, being delicate with everyone.
Yeah, and, like, he talked in I don't know if you would have seen this. He talked in a podcast about, like, I think it was on Chicks in the Office, but he was saying that, like, my daughters didn't want me to kiss anyone on the first night, and he was like, obviously that didn't happen, but he was like, honestly, I just wanted to hug and kiss everybody because I was so proud of my generation, and, like, for them, like, coming out and, like, showing out like this, and I feel like that's how he is with, like, these women. To, like, your point, like, maybe he's not vibing that hard with Sandra, but he wants to, like, give her a rose just to be like, look at you, girl, like, how sweet of you, and, like, good for you, and, like, I think he just, like, is rooting for them as, like, people so hard, which is, like, cute, but it's, like, you missed the point, buddy.
Yeah, it was, like, sweet, and, like, I'm glad that she explained to him, like, that she worked out with her daughter. I thought it was cute. Like, her daughter said, I have my guy, no, go get yours, but, like, honey, that could not be me. Like, if my mom was like, I could either come to your wedding or go on the Golden Bachelor, I'd be like, bitch, you're not going on the Golden Bachelor. Like,
Yeah.
you are not going. You're
First of
gonna
all,
be here.
like, you got a 1 in 22 chance.
Yeah.
Second of all, you're a minority, so less than that. Third of all, like, we ain't even seen if the Golden Bachelor works. You want to go take this fucking pilot season instead of being at my wedding? No.
Yeah.
Not happening.
Yeah. It's a no from me. Also, like, on the other side, like, I couldn't, like, if I knew that my daughter's wedding was going to be interfered with by me going on the Golden Bachelor, I'd be like, sorry, I can't go on the Golden Bachelor.
Well, yeah.
Like,
I think most people would.
do you remember, like, how, like, sad our mom was when we both picked wedding dresses when she wasn't in town?
Mm-hmm.
Like, could you imagine if we were like, no, you should totally go be on the Golden Bachelor instead of coming to our weddings?
Yeah, she would just be offended that we even, like, said she should.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe this is, like, a second wedding or something. And she's like, I've seen it before.
Yeah, but it's also, like, this is her second possible marriage. So, so in good news, Kathy gets sent home.
Mm-hmm.
In less good news, so does April.
I love April. She's so fucking funny.
So cute.
They're all April.
Mm-hmm. Onto Bachelor in Paradise. This is staying in theme for what we've been reporting about reality TV. They're being found out for some bad editing. So far, nothing as bad as Love is Blind. I guess we'll see. But they are reusing audio clips for moments that they were not originally used in. So basically, don't trust anything.
I find myself questioning, like, so much. Like, when they showed that clip of, like, the guys playing on the beach and they were all, like, talking about, like, how hot Tanner was, I was like, are they really saying it while they're playing football on the beach, or is this from what, like, again when he walked down, or did they just compile all of the moments somebody said Tanner is hot and put them at these, like, weird times, like when he came down to the beach, when he's playing football on the beach? Like, I can't trust it.
Yeah. Also, though, Kat is alleging that she had told Brayden prior to their conversation that aired that she was questioning things, or maybe told him before the date with Tanner that she was into Tanner and was going to go. And she says that Bachelor in Paradise completely cut this, and that's why, like, people are not getting the full story. Which, on the one hand, I'm like, fuck Kat, dude. Like, I'm over this.
Yeah.
But on the other, like, I don't know, she's probably right. Like, it's very possible that if Brayden reacted the way he did and she had told him, then of course the show's going to cut anywhere where she told him.
Right.
You know? Sam did end up going home after she was unable to poop.
Mm-hmm.
Aaron S. did not leave with her. But he does do some weird shit when he starts smashing the truth box open because he's too impatient for Wells to read them out a little at a time. So Wells had, like, started reading them, and Aaron's like, these are too surface level. I just want to read them all. And basically he just, like, wanted some drama. Which also made me think he was going to find one that he wrote in there that's like, so-and-so should make out with Aaron S. But he didn't. So I don't even know what the fucking point was.
Yeah. I think he should have gone home with Sam.
Yeah.
Because now I'm like, who are you gonna give your rose to that's gonna be like, oh, Aaron S is, like, really into me?
Yeah.
Like, no. Then I also feel like the way he acts about the truth box is like he don't have any better shit to do.
Yeah.
He has no one now.
Yeah.
He let his girl leave and go to the hospital to deliver what he said was their poop baby alone.
Yeah.
Nobody's gonna want to be with you now.
Now we all see what you would do if we had to deliver your baby.
Yeah, I hope that that's like the next topic of discussion on the beach is like, do you remember when Aaron S said that it was their baby and he's not even like there to help her take care of it?
Yeah. John B shows up, and people right off the bat are just talking about how hot he is and how the men should be so nervous, which just really threw me a lot. I don't understand that, but okay. Eliza went on a date with John, also threw me a bit. Especially after she said about 100 times that she did not want a love triangle again this year, and that she wanted to just find someone from the beginning and ride it out with them, which is what she was doing with Aaron until she went on a date with John. But then she's telling Aaron, like, but I deserve to get to, like, you got to try other people. I deserve to get to try other people. You literally said you did not want to do that.
And you now, had a whole year of paradise that Aaron didn't get.
Right, and now you've literally pulled, like, a full-on Rodney again, because now people are going to, like, try to die for Aaron.
Right.
You know?
Yeah. I think John B is such a cutie. Like, I think he's adorable.
Not a hottie.
No, I wouldn't be like, oh, these men better watch their backs. But I think he's cute. But I am, like, confused by Eliza. One, I think that her logic is just straight up a lie. I think that she just is really into John B and didn't know he was gonna come, and then he did, and she was like, shit, like, how I just told Aaron 1,000 times that I am all in for him. How do I explain this away? But then when she gets back, she's like, I thought about you the whole time, like, I really, like, missed you. But she also really seemed into the date.
They made out
with John B. So, like, I don't know, like, where her head really is at. But, yeah, I think that I do, like, obviously, you're supposed to find your person. So, like, if you feel like it could be John B., like, go for it. But also, like, maybe you are not the person to be just going for things after last year.
Yeah. The other thing about Eliza in this part is that, like, she plays, it feels like, very, like, victim-y, like, I won't get into anything like that again because of, like, how it turned out for me last year. And it's like, you did that. Like, it's not just like it, like, happened to you. So, like, you could choose to just, like, be more open this time or, like, be whatever. And I'm not saying she's, like, not. Like, she's doing okay so far. But the way she talks about it is, like, she, like, basically a disservice was done to her last season. And it's, like, that's, like, kind of annoying to me.
Yeah, and I think we all agree that, like,
they went too ham about Rodney.
Yeah, like, she was, like, kind of forced into making a decision she didn't want to make because of these reactions she was getting. But, like, ultimately, she is still, like, the one who got into that love triangle and, like, couldn't figure out what to do after that. So if you know that the love triangle was the problem and you're admitting the love triangle was the problem and you don't want to do it again, like, don't.
Yeah. Then Sean gets shut down by Jess. It was rough, dude. Like, she said basically, like, I think you're a good friend. And he was like, I need you to be more direct. And I'm like,
she is being as direct as she can be.
She just said it, buddy. Like, he's like, so you're saying you don't want to be with me? And she's like, yeah. Like, that's kind of what I'm saying.
I literally have a beach boyfriend, and I just told you that we're friends. Like, I don't know how to make it any more clear for you.
Yeah. Brayden takes that opportunity to sweep in with Rachel, which, like, good for him. Yes. I think him and Rachel make so much more sense than she ever did with Sean.
Yeah, I like them much better than I liked her with Sean.
Yeah. Plus, like, the way Sean got so mad. So, when him and Brayden are talking, and Sean's like, what did you say to her? Brayden's, like, kind of spinning it a little, but he's making it sound a little better than it was, but he's just like, well, I mean, basically, I told her, like, Sean really, really thinks you like him. And Sean's like, why would you say that? And I'm like, why would he say that you think she likes you? Like, because you do think she likes you. Because you did say that you think she likes you. Like, that is not, like, inherently a bad thing, but it's just, like, screaming like he is so guilty, and he knows that when he said she liked him, he meant it exactly how she took it, which was like, ooh, dude, like, she really likes me.
Yeah.
But I don't really like her. And sadly, we see the end of the friendship that Brayden and Sean may have been forming.
Sad.
So, the episode ends with another lady coming down the beach. We don't know who yet. It also...
Do you have any ideas?
I don't, but then they showed that other lady that is going to come and take Tanner on a date.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm guessing it's not her. Like, I'm guessing those are two separate people. But no, I don't know. It also looks like Kat is going to continue to get more and more nuts and volatile. More nuts and volatile when Tanner goes on a date with someone else next week. So, that'll be fun to watch. I read on Reality Steve, not that this is in any way the most interesting thing that'll happen this season, but I figured we should just know all the teasing they've done about someone getting married on the beach this season. Mm-hmm. I read that it's going to be Kenny and Mari. I did, however...
That makes sense.
Yeah. I did read that it's, like, just going to be, like, a ceremony. Like, they do have their wedding planned for, like, October or November, apparently. So,
also makes sense.
This is, like, not their, like, wedding, which... Yeah, no one's choosing this for their...
No. Yeah, I can't blame them.
Yeah. On to Big Brother. So, Jag wins the Invisible HOH. And then a series of really, what I think, poor game moves occurred.
Which is sad because I really like Jag.
Yeah, I do too.
I'm, like, really rooting for Jag and Matt.
Yeah. I don't know who I'm rooting for anymore, but it is fine, I guess, if Jag did not feel that it was time to get Corey and America out. Because he is right that it could leave him vulnerable, him and Matt vulnerable. They would be the last duo. Although, people are forgetting about Serena and Felicia, but whatever. But I think that one of the worst moves in this game was to tell Corey and America that it was him.
Yeah.
A, he should not have trusted them to keep a secret for him. But B, you don't have that many people left. So, like, anything could happen. Like it did. Someone could win the veto, or that people could start talking about things people are saying. Like, it just seems like you had right in front of you an opportunity for no one to know except for Matt, and you could do whatever, and you could just leave the week open. But then you went and told them, and now we're back in the Invisible HOH is useless, because then, at the end of the day, with what happened, you now have someone left behind who knows who put them up and is going to come for you.
Yeah. I kind of feel like, in some ways, like, I feel like you might feel like you have to trust Corey and America because they are, like, so strong, and you would want to believe that they, like, that you have their protection, that they're, like, working alongside of you, but, like, an invisible HOH twist is the kind of twist you keep to yourself.
Yeah. That's, like,
there are some
the
twists
purpose.
that it is good to tell about. This is not one of them.
Yeah. So, then, basically, this is exactly what happens. They get 2 vetoes. So, expect the unexpected, Jag. With those 2 vetoes, Blue is able to take herself off the block And by this point, Jag has heard that America is trying to turn blue against him, that Corey and America are coming after him. So he decides to take Felicia off the block. And then he puts up Corey and America. Which is like, fine, it's a good move, but it would have been a better move if they didn't know who was HOH. Now, could they have probably deduced who was HOH? Yeah, it's not Blue, she was on the block. So, unless it's fucking Bowie or Matt, and that really just still fucks Jag over. So, like, I get that it, like, doesn't matter that much. I just would have liked to see him, I don't know, be smarter about that.
Play it off.
Yeah. But Blue takes herself off, Jag takes Felicia off, Cormerica goes up. He also told everyone before the ceremony that he was the invisible HOH, which I think at this point, yeah, you kind of have to. Like,
yeah, they're not going to keep it a secret anymore.
Corey and America are going to tell everyone anyway. So, yeah, you want to get ahead of that. I think that the way he handled it with Blue was good. I was actually, like, worried. Like, what do you say to her? Like, oh, this was my plan the whole time. I was going to backdoor them, but I told them because I wanted them to feel safe. Like, I, like, didn't know what he was going to say. But instead, he, like, basically tells the truth. And he says, like, I shouldn't have trusted them. I let them convince me that, like, you were coming for me, or, like, that I should get you out and that I should keep them safe, and, like, I was wrong. Which Blue appreciated. Then, in one scene in the bathroom after Cormerica's on the block, Jag says to America, just let me know when you're ready to talk. And she says, literally, fuck off. So, I mean, not a fan of America, but good for her, I guess. So, I also really, really thought that they would go for sending America home instead of Corey, because she was just acting, like, so awful. Like, she's just, like, mad the whole time, and Corey was, like, trying really hard to stay. Also, America doesn't really offer anyone anything. So what they were kind of realizing is that, like, while both Corey and America will try to take Jag and Matt out, Corey's more likely to win and be able to do so. So I really thought that was going to stick. But they went with voting out the person that was more likely to win the game, and they voted out Corey, which is, like, also fair. But also, thank God America won't have to be in the jury house alone with Cameron.
Yes. Yeah, I feel like they're going to be miserable with her alone in the house, based on what we've seen this week. But I also think that, like, when one member of a showmance gets taken out, it's not usually long before the next one does. So
yeah, it's true.
We'll see how it goes.
So Corey did an interview after his interview with Julie. Everyone has done them with, like, E.T. or, like, Taylor, last year's winner, has, like, been doing them. So he did an interview where he said, like, basically the kind of the same thing Julie asked, but they're basically saying, like, you had no idea you were going to get backdoored. And he was like, no, like, if you watch the live feeds, like, I was concerned all week about being backdoored. Obviously, he couldn't have seen the double veto coming and that they would, like, both go up as replacement noms, but, like, he was worried the whole time that he would or that one of them would. But I don't know if you've, like, seen any of those interviews. And I had been seeing them before we hit jury, but I just feel like it's, like, interesting that even with the jury members, they're doing interviews after they've left the set. Like, I feel like that's really abnormal to have, like, any interview beyond your Julie interview, because
like, that's risky.
Like, the questions, any discussion that might come up, you might wonder, like, how does that person know that? Like, Julie knows everything, but how does that person know that? Does that mean it aired? Like, I feel like it would, like, give stuff away, which you're not supposed to do to the jury. So I just, like, I feel like the jury is supposed to be, like, sequestered. And it looks like the interviews are taking place in, like, a hotel or something. So, like, maybe wherever they stay the night they're evicted, but before they go to the jury house, or maybe it even for Cameron could have taken place in the jury house. He was alone. But it's like, I feel like if you say to me, like, you had no idea you were going to be backdoored all week, like, I could start reeling in my head about, like, what does that mean?
Right.
Did no one think I knew? Like, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like you could, like, give away a lot, and, like, Julie is, like, trained to do this, and, like, has a teleprompter, and, like, knows what she can and can't say, but, like, do we really think, like, other random reporters are gonna, like, know? I don't know. I just think that's really weird.
Like, what if they give something away?
Yeah. Strange.
That's nerve-wracking.
Yeah, I should watch them, because I'm like, what if someone's like, well, and Jared's at home now watching his mom?
Yeah.
Weird.
That's what I'm saying. Like, because, like, I mean, you can tell them all day not to say that, but, like, ultimately you can't control what they say.
And it's, yeah, I mean, it's live. Like, they can hear them, whatever they say, so.
Right.
But that's all I got.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thanks for listening.
Yeah. And
I hope you enjoyed our costumes.
Yeah, because we've really not. They've been annoying.
Yeah.
So, please find your way to YouTube to make it worth.
Yeah.
Okay, guys. We'll be back Friday.
Bye.
Bye.
Next time on The Housewife Did It, Mary will tell Katie the story of Jack Unterweger and his connection to the Cecil Hotel.
Follow us on all socials and YouTube at Housewife Did It Pod. Housewife singular.